The next story I'm going to tell you is an old tale from China, and it's called The Empty Pot. Long, long ago, there was an emperor of an ancient land who was old and dying. He loved children, but he had none of his own. And so the emperor decided that he would choose one of the children of his land to be the next emperor. The emperor also loved plants. Now, of these he had many, and so no one was surprised by the test he offered the children of the land. The emperor called all the children together to his palace, and he spoke to them. "I am giving each of you one seed. Come back in 1 year. When I see what you have grown from your seeds, I will choose the next emperor." Well, the children all ran from the palace smiling. All they had to do was grow a seed and would be the emperor. But a year is a long time. Most of the children decided to wait a while before doing their planting. And as the year went by, many children forgot all about their seeds. But one child, a girl named Chen, took care of her seed right away. Just like the emperor himself, Chen loved plants. She carried carefully the emperor's seed home, sealing it carefully in her hands and making sure that it didn't fall on the ground, but not so tightly that it might crush. As soon as she got home, Chen found a clay pot that was made by her grandfather. She thought this pot was just right to grow her seed. And so she washed the pot and dried it carefully. Next, Chen found rich black soil with many worms in it to make it nourishing. She filled the clay pot with that soil. Then Chen planted her seed, carefully covering it over with the soil. Chen placed the pot in the sun. Each day, she lightly sprinkled water on the seed. But nothing grew from the seed, nothing at all. Some weeks went by. The other children were boasting to each other about the wonderful large plants they had grown. But Chen's seed did not grow. She tried moving the pot to another window. She tried watering her plant more and even singing to her plant. But no matter what Chen did, her seed did not grow. Then a year had gone by. It was time to return to the emperor. Chen was so ashamed that her seed had not grown. But her wise grandfather, the same grandfather who had made the clay pot, told her, "You did your best, Chen. You were caring and patient. Be honest with the emperor and to explain to him that you did your best. It will be enough." And so Chen returned to the palace with her empty pot held carefully in her arms. All the children lined up to present their plants. The first child had a large plant with thick leaves. It was a ginseng plant and could be used to make paper and medicine. The next child had a eucalyptus plant, a healthy, strong plant that would soon become a tree large enough to produce food for many animals. By the time Chen's turn came, she was so sad about her empty pot. Feeling very embarrassed, Chen held her empty pot up for the emperor to see. Chen explained how she had lovingly cared for her seed. Chen talked of the love that she had for her grandfather who had made the pot. She told the emperor everything that she had done to care for her seed and how sad she had felt that it wouldn't grow. After all the children had been up, the emperor smiled and spoke. Only one child is honest enough to be the new emperor. The seeds that I had given you had been boiled so they would never grow. And so these wonderful plants that some children have shown me did not come from the seeds I gave them. Now it was the other children's turns to feel ashamed, for they had tried to fool the king, the emperor. And yet it turned out they were the ones that had been tricked. And they had not been honest, and they knew that the emperor knew that. The emperor spoke again. Only one child took care of the seed even when it wouldn't grow. Only Chen gave her seed all that it needed and asked for nothing in return. Only Chen came here today bravely and honestly and showed me an empty pot. And so Chen will be the new empress. And so Chen moved into the palace with her grandfather. And the old emperor, well, he taught her many things about gardening and much more. And when the emperor died, he was smiling because he knew that Chen would care for his land and his people in the same way she had cared for her seed, with patience, with love, and with honesty. Thank you.